This is an overview of the student view of the content tool in D2L version 10.1. You will still access the content tool through the Materials drop-down and then click on Content. When you arrive in Content, you will likely be taken to the Table of Contents. You can always return to the Table of Contents by clicking on the Table of Contents in the left panel. As you see on the right-hand side, you will see your modules and topics listed in this center, this right panel. However, you may also be taken to a course overview page. This is a new optional feature for instructors, and some may choose to use it, so I'll show you what that view looks like. This time I have added information into the course overview page, so when you go to Materials and click Content, you will be taken to the course overview. If instructors use the course overview, this is where you'll arrive every time you go to Content. To view additional resources and materials, you'll need to click on the Table of Contents in the left sidebar. When you'd like to view a topic, you can click on it, and the document will open in the document viewer. This file happens to be a PowerPoint, so then you can just use your scroller to go through the document. And then if it comes in and it's not the right size for viewing, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the document, you'll see you've got some controls here, zoom in and out. So you can use those controls. You can also, in a PowerPoint, and you'll see this in a Word file as well, where you can view as text, and it takes out all of the images and the formatting. You can also download your file. Sometimes you'll also see a download button over here. If you want to print a document, whether it's a PowerPoint or Word or a PDF file, you'll see that you do not have the ability to print it right from within this D2L framework. So you would need to download the file first and then print it. The other thing you need to know about this document viewer is if you have a file that's a Word document or a PowerPoint or PDF and it's got a link, a hyperlink or a link to a website, something like that, if you try to click on it in this document viewer, it will not work unless the file is a web page. So let me just demonstrate that. I'm going to go back out and go into a different module. I'm going to go back into week 3. So you can see there's various different file types here, and there happens to be a handout in here that's a PDF, a Word file, and a web page. If I were to open this file in either the PDF or the Word document, and I went down on the last page here, there's actually a link. You can see that I cannot click on this link. It's not clickable. If you get a file like this in your course and you're not able to use the link, you can download the file to your computer and then open the link from that document that's saved onto your computer. Sometimes faculty will save their files as web pages, and that's the case with this other example. And if they've done that, then as you get to a link, like this same link here, it is clickable and you can actually follow the hyperlink right from within this page in D2L. So if you ever have a link that doesn't work, first thing to try would be to download the file and open it from your computer. If you're still unable to access the material from that link, you can contact your instructor. If you want to print this document, which is saved as a web page, you can do that right from within D2L. There's a print button at the top right. If you do not see this print button, it means that your instructor has uploaded a different kind of file, like a Word file or a PDF, in which case you would need to download the file first and then print it. I'm going to return to the table of contents and show you another feature that's been added to version 10.1. You may have noticed this earlier. There's a completion tracker at the top of this page that shows you how many topics you've visited. The wording says 23 out of 65 topics complete, but what that means is that the topics have been visited. So in this example for getting started, you can see some topics have check marks and some of them have a bullet next to them. If I have visited a topic, I have clicked on it to open it, then this bullet will turn to a check mark. So at any given time you can see how many topics you've visited, and you can also see how many you have left. If you go to like the Getting Started module here, it says 1. Well, obviously there's more than 1 topics here. What this is indicating is, if you hover over it, there's 1 out of 6 tasks remaining. So that's how many topics left in that module that you have not clicked on yet. And if you always just hover over that number, it will pop up that message, 2 out of 14 remaining, and so forth. So you can always get to your topics by going to Table of Contents and then scrolling through here. You can also jump right to a specific module. Maybe you've been working through the course and you're on week 4 and you want to jump right to week 4. You can click on week 4 and it will bring up in the right hand side all of the things that are listed under week 4. In this case, for week 4, you can see I have not completed anything, so it says 0 out of 8. So that's an indicator, a completion tracker for each module, and also as a whole under Table of Contents.